Sustainable bodybuilding. Don't lift heavy and live for life.
Don't get mad, shred.
Susan Beefcupcakes Anthony. If you don't listen to Susan B. Anthony, then I just don't know who you are going to listen to. Lifting heavy actually prevents muscle growth and leads to quick injury. It is 10 times slower than lifting right. Bodybuilding is for all 3 age groups, for the young, the middle-aged, and the golden age cougars. Rrrrrr. To say to the contrary is a cruelty like few other, as giving up on bodybuilding makes us age faster and become more feeble and fragile. Brain plasticity fading with age is a myth, and it is as stupid as photographic memory, which never existed. The same goes for aging as a bodybuilder. It's just a myth. Your body is a self-renewing machine, unless you treat yourself like a locked-down dog or horse, in which case you may look okay-ish, but you are kind of deformed without being too twisted. It is as if your fat became toxic and the lack of mobility atrophied all your secondary muscles, the muscles that help you move and flex. Without which, not only will everything hurt you, but everything will hurt. All weighted movement will produce results, but you have to pay attention to the results. How long it takes to grow new muscle. How likely are you to do this in the long term? And what are the odds of injury, especially as you age? If it takes 15 years to get buff and you have to quit at 50 because you hurt your back, that is not bodybuilding. That is just irresponsible and unsustainable behavior that is merely delaying your aging whilst putting you in harm's way. I found this dusty old book in the back of a store, and I thought it was so corny to tell that ancient story of ninja training where they are jumping over ever-growing corn stalks. It just seemed so dated and dumb and didn't fit the book at all. But that was featured in the book out of desperation, because everyone is doing fitness wrong. And being so far off that when they are told how to do it right, they just don't understand it. It is just too incompatible with what everyone believes. The cornstalk kind of represents a stable speed of advancement, and the upcoming failure to jump over it represents a hope for next year's crop. Fitness goals can only be reached at a controlled speed and gradually, and sometimes that will require failure, so you just got to keep on going. Jumping to 25 pounds does create muscle, but also forces you into a plateau. Because you can't go up 5 pounds higher, you can't do the same kind of lifting with 30. All it takes to triumph is to actually go back to 5 pounds and not lift for 30 seconds, but for 3 hours, almost non-stop. Oh yeah, you're gonna have to stop at first, but that's just leading up to the real workout, and you handle it the same way that the joggers do. Long, multi-hour workouts are easy, but you have to use the power of dance trance, which is achieved by synchronizing all your lifts to the beats of songs. At first, you need a slow playlist, And as you go way up to techno at 170 beats per minute. You enter a trance every time you drive home. It's nothing weird. Every time you realize you don't quite remember making all those turns, you're coming back out of a trance. Moreover, you have to protect your trance, eliminate as many distractions as you can, and just use dumbbells while walking back and forth. A 3-hour workout will feel like a long drive home, just about 15 minutes or so. You got to take the little corn hops first. Spend an hour walking and then slowly shuffling with dumbbells. Staying on your feet with progressively heavier dumbbells and even a light weight vest is a great start. And the point is not to stop. If you must stop, then you are lifting too heavy or moving too fast. Maybe slow down your music. Bodybuilding is about gradual challenge and adaptation, ensuring that you get through an hour or too long exercise must come first. This is the routine that the older you will be doing as well. Light, long, fast, flexible, and sustainably heavier as needed. You have been lied to by actors, lying bodybuilders, inexperienced wannabes, and they all kept repeating the same ineffective lie as not to stick out. But if you were tasked to help a horse become strong enough for heavy loads, you would never make it lift 30 times and rest. You would gently massage in progressively heavier weights as the horse started adapting a little bit at a time. You would always keep it on the edge of failure, rather than pushing the poor animal so hard that it would have to stop and rest. Here, you would be ensuring that it has the needed complex sugars and proteins, or trail mix, and that it never lifts too heavy. So heavy that it can't perform its 2 or 3 hour non-stop exercises where the body is getting all the signals it can get to adapt, to grow, to prepare for more challenges. Finally, lifting heavy is so bad that I'm going to call it what it really is. Rest. Lifting heavy while laying down on a bench or sitting around is just rest. So next time you are at the gym, do your rest first, and rather than sitting for 15 minutes, have a real workout instead by grabbing 5-pound dumbbells and doing a circle around the gym. Then go back, get some more rest, and get back on your feet. Again, grab those 5-pound weights and begin walking. I'm also canceling your days off. You work out 7 days a week until you are able to walk with 15-pound dumbbells for 2 or 3 hours every day. 15 pounds is a lot. This is where you will get the weekends off, as not to accumulate any injuries. Tiredness is also a lie. You are just not eating enough seeds, nuts, and dried fruit. And you must pay attention to sugar content. You need complex carbohydrates, and the simple stuff last. Dried cranberries or raisins or dates are just fast-acting health candy. Add just a little fistful to your seeds and nuts. Lastly, don't be nuts. Bodybuilding is life. Done correctly, it is a safe, lifelong sport. And if you still have trouble adjusting your view, Begin slowly walking or maybe jogging with progressively heavier dumbbells. And watch your back, legs, shoulders, and biceps. Look how fast it is all growing, especially if you eat plenty of trail mix. And look how it continues to grow when you keep on jogging and increase your dumbbells by just 2.5 pounds up to 7.5. If you don't want to listen to anybody else's advice, let your body teach you bodybuilding, because it is clearly a lot better at it than you are.